Sexy, sexy. That's what we're talking about today here on Two Friends and a Movie with Matt and Six Toe.
I was thinking about the yesterday that even though you wanted to make a podcast, which was a great thing, and sorry,
With Six Toe.
and you did because you had bought the equipment. It was a lucky moment when we found each other. I was the one that told you, "Hey man, how about a podcast about movies and all that?" So it should be my podcast first.
It's not your podcast.
It should be my podcast first, and then you're my invited guest.
No. That's not the way it works.
But it should be.
But it's not. It's my podcast and you're the guest.
Even though I came up with the idea, the name,
Yeah.
I love it. Look,
It's still mine.
I'm not putting our rank. I just am.
He just am. Why can't we just be co-hosts? Do you have a problem?
Well, I just
You have a
my
problem
name
with
should go-
co-host?
My name
Since
should
you're
go first.
since you had an idea about a podcast about movies. I mean, the idea is so original in itself.
It's so original.
I don't know how you figured it out. It wasn't because you just listened to other podcasts about movies and was like, "Hey,
Hey, I can do that.
I have an opinion about movies."
I can do that. That's the other thing that I was thinking about yesterday. It was while listening to a podcast. That's not mine. That because they were talking about the Oscars, and this is an old podcast, and it was really about this is an opinion-based show. The Oscars is the opinion of all men telling you what's good according to them. But being good or bad movie is very subjective. Which
That's where we're doing
you
this.
see what I did there? You see what I did there?
Boring me? I know what you're doing there. You're boring me.
Anyways, welcome to the pod.
But anyways,
Yeah, welcome to the top half. What?
I bought all the original equipment. I edit the entire thing. I post the entire thing. So yes, it's my podcast.
Okay, well, can we be partners?
We could be, but you ruined it now.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it because of the work. I'm saying it because my name should go first,
Yeah, but your name just sounds better second.
I guess. Whatever.
It just works better.
You know what? I still love you very much.
You should be happy. Be like, shit, my name works better second. If your name was second, this podcast would be shit. But since my name works better, we're doing it that way.
Anyways.
Anyways.
I love you very much.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's say about that. Anyway, we're doing the second half of our top 10 countdown.
Yes, right, son?
I don't know what we call this one, since the other one was the power bottom of the top.
Bottom five.
But
This will be
the light ass top,
this will be the better top.
the
The cherry on the top.
I got nothing for this one.
The cherry on the top.
All right, so we're starting with
Top five.
number 5.
Are we? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's,
All right.
that's top 5 and the top 10 of the top.
Why don't you go ahead and tell me your number 5?
My number 5 this week, for my top movies ever that I picked this week, I think I'm going with Fight Club for number 5.
Oh, look at that.
Fight Club was one of those, twist movies that kept you guessing the whole thing, and at the end they had the big surprise, and Brad Pitt was what's that? Tyler Durden. He was both guys, and he was a split personality, and the guy was just really crazy. And
Spoilers.
so, I mean, if you haven't seen Fight Club by now,
You should kill yourself.
you probably already know what happened because,
But you should still kill yourself.
You should-
Fight Club right now.
yeah,
I will tell you this. I saw Fight Club on DVD the first time that I saw it. Didn't know that it existed. I mean, I might have seen commercials or whatever, but I didn't, I don't know how old I was, but I don't know. It doesn't matter why. But when I first saw it, I saw Brad Pitt pop up in the first, there's like a frame where he just and goes away. And I backed away the DVD and went frame by frame and was like, oh, this DVD is damaged, dude. They fucked up my shit. And then when I was like, well, let me see it, because everybody talks big shit about this movie. And then at the end, I was like, that's why. Except I was so stupid that even though I saw Brad Pitt being creative in the moments that he was being creative, I didn't grab onto it.
and he does the thing that a video editor dreams of doing.
Yeah.
So one
Yeah.
day, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So one day, I hope to be Tyler Durden. We'll just
One
say
day.
that.
One day.
One day. So
Um,
that starts with my top five. A real cult classic, Fight Club.
Is it a cult classic? Though?
I think so. It's not. It's not. It didn't win any awards or anything like that. So
I don't know that it's so culty though. I think a lot of people saw that movie.
it's a popular classic.
I think so. I actually just read. Then after the movie, I read the book, which is amazing, and I just read the sequel to it, which came out in a comic book written by Chuck Palahniuk,
Chuck Palahniuk.
which was really interesting, very great. But that just came out, so I'll lend it to you one day.
One day.
Anyways, my number five is a number five that is also not necessarily a cult classic, but it's not necessarily a super big movie, even though I think it won a couple of Academy Awards, maybe.
I don't know.
Amadeus.
Amadeus. I think it did.
I think
I'm
it
not
did
sure.
win. I think it did win something. What a fucking great movie. There is,
Amadeus.
yeah, I don't know. I gotta tell you, I don't know how this movie made it, but it's one of my favorite movies. It just, the twist on it is not, there's no real twist, except for the twist of this guy that,
The twist on it. Well, there's no real twist.
except for this guy loves, hates Amadeus for all the right reasons. And you're watching this movie, the masterpiece of this movie is that you basically are on everybody's side of this movie. You're on Amadeus' side because, he's a crazy fuck and you like him. But you're on Salieri's side because fuck that guy,
I guess it's very similar to Fight Club in that way.
Yeah. And
You root for
it's-
Brad Pitt, and you root for the other guy.
Yeah, and then you root back for Brad. Like, you don't know who to root for because it's kind of like, well, it's the same fucking guy. But in this instance, it's two different guys. But seeing it to the eyes of this dude that is like, man, I hate that I love this dude. And this is why I hate to love him, but this is why I have to love him. It is such a fucking good movie, dude. It is so great, so well done, well presented, incredibly acted. And,
And if he feels this way about his number 5 movies,
oh, man.
can't wait for his
Oh,
top
my
4.
God, you don't even know.
And if you don't know, then you'll
Never
know.
But moving right along.
Moving right along, we're going to number 4s, the top 4s. Mine is not necessarily a good movie or a movie that did terrible in the box office. No one saw it in the movies, but it's come. I guess most of my movies are cult classics. It has become a movie that everyone quotes and everybody knows, especially in the news business. It's one of my favorite movies. Probably my favorite Will Ferrell movie ever. It's Anchorman. Anchorman. I don't know. I don't remember the year it came out. It was like, I don't know. It's had like 10 years by now, right? Something like
Yeah, I
that.
think so. It has to be.
I think it came out before I met my wife, and we've been together about 10 years now. So I think over 10 years. But that's, I remember MySpace was still around because I made my MySpace Ron Burgundy. So whenever MySpace was around.
Oh, Christ.
But what a movie. It did, like I said, it did terrible in the box office.
Yeah.
But once it came out on DVD and people saw it into the extras and saw it over and over again and realized these clever lines, these ridiculous things that they were saying, it blew up. And it's one of my favorite comedies ever. It's one of my favorite movies ever. It's that kind of movie where it's on, you can watch it and you'll laugh every single time you watch it. And even a lot of people didn't like Anchorman 2 because it didn't have the lines that Anchorman 1 has. But if you work in the news business,
Yeah, Anchorman 2 still on.
and Anchorman 2 is hilarious because you think all the things they're doing is outrageous and crazy, but it's not. It's exactly how things are done. So
I had a conversation with some people here at work about Anchorman 2 because they hated it so much, and I was like, I saw it. I actually laughed out loud. I thought it was a great movie, a lot of fun. And what are you doing?
nothing. Just my mic is hotter than your mic.
Oh, well, my mic, I can't hear it. Well, anyways, it made such a good impression for me as a comedy. I thought it was great. I thought I loved it. I thought it was very funny, actually. And it has something in common with one of your Power Bottom fives that, just like Austin Powers, it was very not well recognized when he came out until afterwards.
Yeah, I'm kind of good like that. I see movies that, yeah, my, hello,
There you are. There you are.
let's take two. We'll cut at that point. It's, just really good at that. I see the movies before they're good.
Oh, yeah?
And then people were like, oh, shit, Matt really likes this shit.
Oh, yeah? Is that what it is? And then people like it?
People have to start like, oh,
Because you like it? Is that what it is?
the taste of this man is impeccable.
Anyways, moving right along, let's move into my number 4, which is a very old movie. Probably in a lot of people's maybe personal top fives. If your father got you into it or some sort of thing, that's not the reason why I love it. But The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
The Good, the Bad, and the Six Toe.
Yeah. Wow, I love that movie. I had a split between that movie and Once Upon a Time in the West. They're both the only movies. That's the last like real Western from Leone, the Once Upon a Time in the West. He wanted the guys from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly to be the beginning of the movie, to kill them off, because he wanted to show everybody, like, dude, I'm done with this shit. I want to make money otherwise. But The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is one of those movies that it doesn't matter. My criteria for this top 10 was a movie that I make the time to watch. Like one day I pop the DVD in and I just fucking watch it all the way through and through. And even if I fall asleep halfway through, I wake up, I'm still watching. I still watch it. And this is one of those movies.
Always enjoyable.
Always enjoyable for me. For whatever reason, and it was Leone reaching that peak. I mean, it's kind of arguable because everybody will say, you reached the peak Once Upon a Time in the West. But for me, he reached it here. He perfected with Once Upon a Time. And I think that it's not only a great Western, it's just a great fucking movie. It's a ton of fun. Eli Wallach as Tuco is hilarious for all the wrong reasons. It's just really a fun movie to watch.
A great movie, and it's no matter. I mean, you could put it on at any point in the movie,
right,
and still enjoy it. Like if you see it on cable or whatever, you could just pop it on, right. And it's just one of those movies that the entire movie is just good.
Absolutely.
There's no down bars. There's no slow moments. It's just...
And I will say this: even though I had a problem between picking this and Once Upon a Time in the West, which I know it should have made it to the top 5. Ultimately, what happened was I haven't watched in my lifetime Once Upon a Time as much as I watched The Good and the Bad. So to me, that makes it.
That made it. And we have a strict criteria here.
It's strict.
It's very strict.
For Matt LaMattina, it's as strict as nobody saw it until it came out on DVD, what I did.
Nobody saw it until I made it famous. And people were like, oh, shit.
This is it.
Now, a movie opposite of that criteria for me now, my number 3 pick, is, I don't know if it's his best movie or it's definitely his best known movie. It's the first movie that I saw that he did that introduced me to everything else he's done before and afterwards. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It came out right when I feel like I was like 18, 19-ish, when you really started doing, like, seeing our movies by yourself, and
you start. I was like 16 when that movie came out.
Really? Was that young?
Yeah.
Well, either way, I saw it by myself.
Okay.
I guess I snuck it to a movie. I went with some other older kids. It's one of the first R movies that I saw by myself. Well, not by myself, but like with parents or my older brother or whatever. That it really introduced me to that world of, violent and these fucked up storylines. Uma and Samuel Jackson.
Oh, Samuel L. He makes that fucking movie. I mean, between him and Vincent Vega, Vincent by what's his name?
John Travolta.
John Travolta. Yeah, there you go.
I could have lived without John Travolta.
No, man,
John Travolta does a really good job, but I think multiple people could have played that role. I don't think anybody else plays the Sam Jackson role besides Sam Jackson.
Ezekiel 25, 17. It just You know what? It's an amazing flick.
It's an amazing flick. It's also very quotable. People have been quoting Pulp Fiction since the day it came out, and making fun of it, parodies of it. It's one of those movies that everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's not. It's also not an award-winning movie. It didn't win anything, but
Right.
it really opened the world to this genre and this type of movies, and it really was well done. It had so many stars in it: Bruce Willis and, like we said, Sam Jackson, Uma Thurman.
Amazing fucking soundtrack.
Yeah, great. And that's what soundtracks for soundtracks. And,
Yeah. I remember I went to Coconut to pre-order the special edition.
I don't know what Coconut is.
And you would inside. It was a video store. Well, I went to pre-order the special edition Pulp Fiction VHS release, for which I paid like $40. Can you believe that? I paid like $40. $30 for a fucking VHS.
With not even extra bonus footage or commentary.
No, it's just the VHS. I think it might have had like at the end of the movie, it might have had like a little making of, maybe. I don't remember. But I mean, once you buy the DVD, does it fucking matter?
It doesn't matter. I've never watched commentary from a DVD.
No, I have, but
I have.
But Jesus, what a great movie, and it's a ton of fun. But the only downfall of Pulp Fiction is when you've seen it many times and you start playing that game when you put it in order in your head.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie about absolutely fucking nothing.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens in this fucking movie.
It's just a bunch of mistakes that they have to clean up.
It's all it is.
Yeah.
They get the suitcase, they lose the suitcase, they got to get back the suitcase, and there's some shit in between about getting your watch.
But I think that was what the point of it was. There was all this serious stuff is going on, but they're talking about getting foot wrongs and it's just ridiculous things.
The watch, but I don't know, man. I mean, that for me, that's the downfall of that movie. As much as I love it, I can watch it at any point. It has the downfall that now that I realize that it's a movie about nothing, it kind of loses me a little bit. But
I think it gains me.
When you catch it and you catch it right, like it's just playing, and then you sit on it, you're like, oh fuck, it's Pulp Fiction. You really just watch it. There's no way to run away from it. It's a great flick.
All right, moving on to Six Toes, number twice.
My number 3 movie is a movie that you're gonna hate.
Numero trio. That's Italian.
Sorry. As soon as I say it, you're gonna hate it.
I already hate it. You haven't even said it yet.
It's the Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Which, out of all of the Star Wars movies, all of them, except Save Rogue One, which we won't talk about right now, but all the Star Wars chapter movies,
all of them, all 100.
It is the 7 of them. It is the absolute best.
I've seen them, but refresh my memory. Which one is Empire?
That's the Luke, I am your father one.
Oh, when he cuts off his hand.
Yeah,
all right.
son.
And he falls down. He's on that big tower.
Yeah, son.
Yeah.
You know you love it.
I've seen the movies. I haven't seen them in a while, and they've kind of blended together into one long movie.
This movie is the one that George Lucas had the least to do with. Thus, is the best one out of the first 6 movies. And actually, out of the 7 movies, I think it's still the number 1 movie. It has a lot of drama. It has a lot of weight. It is so much more about the characters than it is about anything else.
And it's a good movie. I don't dislike the original Star Wars. I'm not a huge, giant, oh my God, look at this amazing thing fan. But I didn't mind those movies. I don't like the newer movies because they are just the old movies. Except we're going to take off.
Even seen Rogue One.
Listen, we're going to take off your penis and put it on a vagina, and that's a new movie.
Well, you haven't seen Rogue One, so you
I haven't seen Rogue One, so I cannot comment about Rogue One, and I haven't commented on Rogue One.
Right, okay. Well, anyways.
But the other one, the
yeah, we already know how much you love that movie. Anyways, the new.
I don't love it.
I
just want to put it on the record. I don't love it.
The Empire Strikes Back is absolutely, without a doubt, one of the best science fiction movies probably ever made.
Definitely most popular.
It's super popular because it's actually good, and it kind of grew you up.
And it jump-started the the genre too. I feel.
I think so. I think that you watching all of those movies, and Star Wars is a very fantastic kind of series of flicks where there's much less about science and about how things are supposed to happen. But Empire really put weight on it. Put weight on, like, people are finding out the bad guy's your dad, and there's people getting kind of killed because you didn't know if Han Solo was killed or not. Like, he kind of looked like he got killed in a sense.
It blended everything. All the characters blended.
Absolutely, and it was very dramatically well written. So, there you go.
There you go. Number 3, Star Wars. Now, that's how you say. That's how you say those words.
Is that how you say?
That's how you say them.
Thanks.
In case you guys didn't realize, that's how it is. Now to go the total opposite direction of epic big blockbuster films, a movie you're gonna hate me for. My favorite movie ever.
What? We're number 2.
It's number 2. It's still number 2 is still my favorite movie ever.
Okay.
Number 1 has to go number 1 just because what it is. But number 2 it's got to be my best movie ever. I watched it a countless amount of times. I laugh every single time it's on.
Okay.
I could think about scenes in my mind and laugh out loud just by thinking about the scenes in my mind. It stars one of America's...
Star Wars Episode 7, isn't it?
It stars one of America's greatest actors,
Who's that?
Tom Green.
Tom Green.
So I guess he's Canadian.
Yeah.
I guess he'd be Canadian's greatest actor who has been reborn and transformed into an American.
You have a Tom Green movie as the best movie, your best favorite movie.
Number 2 on the list, but if someone asks me what my favorite movie is, I would say Freddy Got Fingered. It's just number 1. It's absolute nonsense.
Absolute. I love that movie.
It's insanity from moment 1 to moment at the moment of the end. It's gross. It's also very meaningless. He just wants to give these guys his drawings and he gets $1 million for them. The whole thing is just absurd and crazy.
Absolutely.
And all the things he does to get from point A to point B is crazy. This is one of the few movies I have seen deleted scenes, all that shit on it. And that's even funnier than the movie.
Wow.
So, buy the Freddy Got Fingered DVD and watch the extra scenes.
Freddy Got Fingered is a movie that unfortunately I don't remember very well. Because I might have seen it once or twice, but I didn't have the luxury of having it on DVD.
Well, I'll let you borrow it.
But it is absolutely, without a doubt, a really fucking funny movie, except it's a very much product of its time,
No, it's still amazing.
Yeah.
Put it on today, amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is
Today.
amazing.
I challenge you. Put it on today and not laugh your ass off.
No, I would laugh my ass off because
90
I think
minutes.
It's hilarious. But I think it's a little bit dated.
I think you're a little bit dated.
But it's absolutely, if it's comedies, it's absolutely my top 20.
Number 1.
No, not my number 1.
Number 1.
Okay, well, if you say so.
Freddy Got Fingered is my Star Wars Episode 5. Just to put it in perspective
Okay.
to all you nerds out there listening.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I feel about Freddy Got Fingered.
Well, I salute you. It's a great movie. And very far away from Freddy Got Fingered.
Really? I can't believe you're going far away from Freddy Got Fingered for your number 2 movie ever.
Very far away probably from everything else on my list, actually, to be honest. Number 2 movie.
Wait. Are you being honest right now?
Yeah, I am.
This is real talk right now.
Real talk, son.
Real talk. He's gonna open up his soul right now
Let me open up my soul.
with his number 2,
How much I love
Star Wars Episode 6.
the talented Mr. Ripley.
The talented Mr. Ripley.
I can't pinpoint what it is about this movie that I love and respect so much.
You're gonna have to, because I have never seen it.
It is incredibly well acted.
Who's in it?
It's Matt Damon. It's
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. It's Matt Damon, Jude Law. It's Gwyneth Paltrow, which is the only downfall of that movie. It's Seymour Hoffman.
Seymour Butts.
No, Seymour Hoffman. What's his name that he just died?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, who, by the
He
way,
didn't just die.
well, he died like a year ago.
Yeah, like a year or two ago.
Just,
And all the people who've died, that's a long ways away.
well, that's true. What a fucking masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
It is. I can't look. I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it.
I haven't, but you can ruin it. It's okay.
I will ruin it. I don't want to, but I will. It is a movie about this guy, Matt Damon. He's a professional liar.
And he's talented at
For
it.
lack of better words. And he portrays this guy, and this old man comes over and says, "Hey, you went to school with my son, so and so." And he goes, "Yeah."
So he's an actor playing another
Playing an
person.
actor. Yeah.
Okay.
In a sense. And he tells him, "Oh, pick him up. He's in Italy. He's been neglecting everything that I tell him to do. He should come over to the States, back to the States, and run my company. Go get him for me." So he goes.
Get him.
So he goes as this Mr. Ripley, quote unquote, not the person.
Not the real person.
To get Jude Law. And what happens is, in the process of getting Jude Law, he falls in love with Jude Law. It is, but
So they're gay?
oh no, well, he's gay. But
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, his character is gay. There is so much about this fucking movie that feels like a thriller. It feels like a mystery movie. It feels like a I don't know. It feels like operatic. It is so fucking well done. It is
So well done.
beautifully edited. It's gorgeously shot. Everything about this movie is like a big old hard on. And I can't tell you how
So,
much I appreciate
It's
this
like a
movie.
big gay hard-on.
Absolutely. It's exactly what it is.
Last week we learned that you like to get sewn up. And this week we
I don't
learned
like
that you
to
like
get
big
sewn
gay hard-ons. we learn new things about you every week,
God
so.
damn it. You know, no.
Listen,
but
I'm just
nothing-
translating for lack of better words to the
yeah,
to the listeners.
to the listener,
Yes.
what's going on. Well, I will
Keep
tell
them
you-
up to date.
I have to tell you, this movie, aside of all the jokes, it is an incredible fucking movie. I know a lot of people don't agree with me. I think the people that like the content, Mr. Ripley, love it, and the people that don't fucking hate it to death. I think.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna put it up on my TV and check it out.
All right.
You
Well,
sold me.
I'm glad because it's a fucking incredible piece of art.
To be number 2, to be in the same conversation as Freddy Got Fingered, it must be one hell of a movie.
Well, do you want to, before we reach number 1, do you want to do a countdown from 10 to 2?
Our best countdown from 10 to 2. Sure.
Should we do 1 and 1? Like you do 1 and then you end on number 1, or should you do?
Should I do my top 10 and then go hit 1?
Yeah.
I think we should both root off our top 10 to 2, and then we'll reveal our number 1.
All right. So go ahead. What's your number 10 again?
My number 10 was Remember the Titans.
Yeah, my number 10 coming in at number 10 for me. Tombstone.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, that was a big old burp for you. My number 9 was Austin Powers.
There you go. Mine coming in at my number 9 was Spaceballs. Because there's balls in it. Balls and big hot gay on dicks.
Big old dicks. My number 8 was UHF, starring the one and only Weird Al Yankovic.
My number 8 was Jackie Brown.
Jack Brown.
Jackie Brown.
My number 7 was the documentary Howard Stern, Private Parts.
Documentary,
The
fakementary.
fake-documentary.
Coming in at my number 7 was The Nightmare Before Christmas, where the lady gets sewn up over and over.
Let's sew her up over and over again. My number 7. Number 7.
Number 6, son.
Oh, 6, sorry. I already said number 7. I was just so excited about number 7. Number 6 for me was Major League.
Yeah, son.
Major League. I watched that movie. I used to be in a softball league, and we played on Sundays, and I would watch that movie every Saturday night
Just to get
just to get pumped up.
that is sad. You don't believe.
I had to get pumped up.
At my number 6 is one about my my failures as a Catholic dogma.
Dogma. If you guys don't understand it, he said dogma. Number 6.
No,
Yeah,
no, number 5.
not number 6.
What are you saying? We just said number 6.
I think I missed something.
What did you miss?
Because I left off Grandma's Boy. Where was Grandma's Boy?
Oh yeah, what was the what number was Grandma's Boy?
Wait. We're going to start this over.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number 10
Uh-huh.
was Remember the Titans.
Uh-huh.
Number 9 was Austin Powers.
Uh-huh.
Number 8 was UHF.
Uh-huh.
Number 7 is Major League.
Uh-huh.
And number 6 is Grandma's Boy.
Okay, well there you go.
So we were on number 7.
Well,
You lied to me.
number 5 for me. Because I'm doing it before you. Is that what happened?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever the fuck.
We're back.
Number 5.
Back on track.
The masterpiece Amadeus.
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 My number...
Oh, Amadeus.
Sorry, I was still partying in my head. My number 5 was... I don't remember what number 5 was.
God damn it, you just said it to me.
I know. Was it Anchorman? I think my number 5 was Anchorman.
I think so too.
I think I'm going with Anchorman, number 5.
My number 4 was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
It was good, it was bad, and it was also
Ugly.
ugly.
At some points.
My number 4 was Fight Club.
Yeah, son.
Because it's the club where you fight.
Yeah.
And if it's your first time at Fight Club, you have to fight.
Take off your belt. Take off your shoes. When the special says stop, you stop. And there's no talking about Fight Club. Not even on this podcast.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up.
And I have a number 3, The Empire Strikes Back.
My number 3 was Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction.
More fiction than pulp. And coming in at number 2 was The Good. Oh, shit.
That's number 3.
Yeah, no, that's number 4. It was The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Talented.
Very talented.
Number 2, the amazing Emmy Oscar snubbed movie of all time.
He was never nominated.
He was snubbed. He was Oscar snubbed. The number 1 all-time Oscar snubbed movie. Freddy Got Fingered.
Not even Oscar, like not even show up at the Oscars.
And he was snubbed.
It was not snubbed.
Hollywood and the Academy could not handle it.
It's too much money.
They couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I follow you. I just don't agree.
Couldn't handle.
Yeah,
There was no handle on it.
there was no handle on it. That's
No.
they're burning their fingers was funny.
Ow!
Well, so
Anyway.
we reached our number 1 movies. Why don't you go ahead, man, Lamartina, and tell everybody the movie that beat Freddy Got Fingered, the movie that was so good, Freddy Got Fingered, as good as it was, did not fucking hold a candle to it. The movie that was so amazing,
It was so amazing.
it was so amazing, it's amazed you to the number 1 spot.
My number 1 movie is a true story, which,
Oh boy, is it Spaceballs?
based on my list here, you wouldn't know it, but I am a big fan of movies based on true stories.
Ah,
It's also taking place right in our backyard here in New York. When I went to college, I took a class, and one of my professors used to be a cop who worked on this case back in the day. So that was an interesting, different point of view on it. Martin Scorsese's... My introduction to Martin Scorsese, basically, when I was a kid, Goodfellas. And I know you like Godfather and Goodfellas. There always was a debate on which one was better.
well, Godfather is better. But
Godfather is different.
it's better.
Like, I would rather watch Goodfellas than Godfather.
Well, I understand that, but Godfather is still better.
Godfather is a better movie,
Yes.
But for this criteria,
Uh-huh.
where anytime it's on, I put it on and watch it,
Yeah.
Goodfellas is better.
Okay.
Um, Even though you know the story and you've seen it 1,000 times, you can always watch it and still enjoy it and go through it the whole time. The fact that this really happened is one crazy thing, and
Yeah, man.
how stupid they all were after. Like, it's amazing how smart they are to figure out this plan and have the biggest heist ever, and then how stupid they are to go just blow all the money and show everybody how all this money they just gave it to. So it's really well directed, it's really well written. The soundtrack is really good.
Yes, sir.
There's a part in the movie where they play the end of Eric Clapton's Layla. And I didn't know that was the end of Layla, because I'm not a big Eric Clapton fan. That came out long before I was gone. And I loved it so much that I made a video about my daughter. That's the song I used at the end.
Wow.
Because it just reminded me of Goodfellas, and the song and the whole movie is just...
What a,
It's a
it's,
great
it's a
movie.
masterpiece for sure.
It's definitely not like most things on my list. It's an epic movie. It's a big blockbuster.
Absolutely, but also aside from all of that, it's not a blockbuster because he has, not only because he has a megastar director, a megastar cast. It's fucking an amazing movie. It's such a good watch. It is such an interesting movie to sit down and it's fun. It gets you in so many levels. You laugh, you cry, you kiss them bucks goodbye kind of thing. It is such a great fucking movie, dude.
It's number one. That's why.
That is why it's number
That's
one.
why it's number
Good
one.
choice, sir. Good choice. I applaud your number one. For my number one, I'm going more artsy fartsy, not because I want to.
Star Wars Episode 2: The Return of Jar Jar Binks.
Yes. Yes. Jar Jar Binks, as you all know. No. But it's not why I picked this movie at number one. It's because
Not because of Jar Jar Binks.
No,
I picked this movie.
it's
In
because
spite of.
quite honestly, it is. What are you doing?
I wanted to see if that would hurt.
Anyway, Matt is decided to
It
put
doesn't.
He put a twisty
A twisty tie, and there was a
into the
hole in it.
microphone hole, and he just put it in there like a fucking 2-year-old.
Wanted to see if something would happen. Now I
Anyway.
know.
Nothing happens. The reason why I picked this number one movie is quite honestly because how I feel about it every time I watch it. The movie is Akira Kurosawa's The Seven Samurai.
The Seventh Samurai. I haven't seen the first Samurai.
Well,
I'm not gonna be able to keep up with this one.
Yeah, man. If you don't watch one through 6, don't fucking.
Yeah, I can't jump into 7.
you'd be lost. It is such a good example, as most of Kurosawa movies are, of such a good example of human beings and how we treat each other like shit. It is all that it is. It is.
It's not about samurais.
Well, there is samurais in it. This town is being invaded by these bandits every year when the food is ready, when the crops are ready, and they decide this year, fuck it, man, we're not gonna take the shit. Go hire some samurai.
Is it Japanese?
It's Japanese, and it's in Japanese.
It's in Japanese. Like you have to.
You have to like read subtitles and shit.
That just takes you right out of a movie.
Come on, man.
It does.
But I mean, okay, fine. But
I'm
anyways,
just-
I'll explain it to you so you don't have to watch it. And
I'd rather watch The Last Samurai.
please, don't insult the samurais when the white man is the last samurai.
That was reminds me of that. That not to get off track for a moment, but on the Chappelle Show, Bill Mooney is Paul Mooney, and who was the last samurai? Who was it?
The last samurai is
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. It was like yeah, we got The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. We got the Mexican with Brad Pitt. He's like, I have a movie for you. I can't say the punchline. But basically, he was saying the last black man on earth starring Tom Hanks. So that's what I've been thinking about since you said Seven Samurai.
Well, to get back on track, and not the last nigga on earth, because
See, I can't say that.
Well, I can because I'm black, but well, I'm Dominican, so
It's close enough, I guess. Like Fat Joe.
Yeah, right.
That's right. We do a Fat Joe reference on this show.
Seven Samurai is a movie that, like, Kurosawa was a painter, so the way that he approached everything that he did was more about the human experience rather than like, this is just a movie. What a great flick, dude!
So why is he the seventh samurai?
It's not the seven samurai; it's the seven. There's seven of them.
They beat all everybody. They cut all
No,
gangs?
the towners get money to go. They don't have money, so they have a little bit of money and they pay them with meal, which is like the leftover from the rice when you prepare it, to go protect them. And instead of getting 4 or 5, they get these 7 guys, and they kind of teach them how to defend themselves and all these things. But what a movie about! It's really. I don't know, man. I don't even know. I don't think I can explain it properly without spending 7 hours talking about it. Because 1 hour per samurai, but it's really a movie.
Probably breeze through the last couple of them.
Yeah, it's really a movie about the human exchange, ultimately, teaching you that people will take advantage or fuck you over, or take advantage of you, or try to sell you something where they really mean something else, only for the end. At the end, just get what they need, and how these other people, these samurai, are honorable enough to see that and still lend out a helping hand. It is beautiful, dude. It's beautiful.
You don't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need.
Right.
Is that where that song came from?
Probably not, but it's kind of the same message, yes. Yeah, man, and that's my number one. I don't want to get into it because I'm probably going to spend too much talking about it. But
You already did.
if you really have the time, if you really have the curiosity to,
Curiosity.
go get Akira Kurosawa, any of Akira Kurosawa movies.
If you're having trouble sleeping and you really want to get a good nap, put on the Seventh Samurai.
It's 4 hours long. You probably will nap somewhere in between there. Yeah, man, and that's my number one movie. I'm very excited that this movie that we got to this point because only I care about this.
Only he cares. I stopped listening about, I don't know, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, man. So that's our complete top 10.
Our complete top
Our
10
bottom fives, and the cherry on the top 5.
for ever. That's lifetime top 10.
Lifetime.
As we keep this podcast going, we'll probably do a top 10 of 2017.
Maybe.
We'll keep talking about older movies, some newer movies. I think we're going to do Rogue One. I think I'm
You're gonna have to.
I'm
watch
gonna settle down, watch it.
it. And then be excited to talk about it. 'cause it's so fucking good.
Then we'll talk about it.
By the way, anything you're looking forward to in 2017?
I'll just go through a list here of movies I've noticed coming out in 2017. I just saw a commercial for this yesterday. The Founder talks about McDonald's.
Yeah. I've heard
Michael
very good
Keaton,
things about
Nick
that.
Offerman. That looks like it could be a good one. Going forward, I see there's a couple of comedies coming out this year. There's a new John Wick for all you Keanu Reeves
Yeah,
lovers.
son. Yeah.
Looks like they're
They killed
rebooting.
his puppy. They killed his puppy.
For the people who love reboots like Sixto here, they're rebooting Power Rangers. They're rebooting Friday the 13th.
Why?
There's a new Pirates of the Caribbean coming out. A new Alien coming out.
Yes. Yes.
A new
Yes.
Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Despicable Me 3.
Boo.
Another Amityville Horror House.
Yeah, well, that's too much shit. You know what I'm looking forward to?
You know, Amityville is like 3 towns for me. So I always...
You always want to see movies about it?
I don't always want to see it, but I always
You wanna
like...
shit your pants?
Like, oh, it's not happening right there.
happening to my neighbors. Well,
Justice League, November 17th. That's something you like to photo too.
Yes, son. Another Star Wars episode 9.
Another Avatar. You know, I created Avatar
No, you did not
Listen.
create Avatar.
years ago. Years and
Stop.
years and years ago.
James Cameron's gonna be killed. He has
I
the money.
said
He
to
has
many
the
people,
power. Uh-huh.
that we should do a reverse Independence Day.
You said,
And
somebody-
that's Avatar. Avatar is a reverse Independence Day.
I hate to crush your dreams,
That was-
but when
that was my
when I
movie.
was 16,
My movie.
I have a friend named Kelvin Isabel, and he told me
That's a fake name.
is that he told me when I was 17 years old or 16 years old.
Oh, now we don't even know the dates.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a long time ago.
The story's getting blurrier and
It's
blurrier.
not. He told me, because I remember this specifically. He said, "Why don't we always make movies where aliens come over and fucking destroy our shit? Why don't we make a movie where we go destroy the aliens and we're the bad guys, like human beings that we really are?" So no, dude, you didn't come up with that idea. That idea has been going around forever.
I did.
No, you didn't. But what I'm looking forward to, I can still hear you. It's me, you cover your mouth. I'm looking to forward to a sci-fi movie. No big surprise there.
Wait a minute.
I'm telling you,
Is it Star Wars Episode 19?
it is not Star Wars at all.
What are you gonna do without Layla?
Oh man, come on.
Are they gonna CGI her in
I hope.
like
I don't know. I don't know.
like Tupac?
If they do it like they did Tarkin, I'm sold. Anyways, Valerium.
What the hell is malaria?
Exactly.
Sounds like a bad disease for women.
It is. And it's also a comic book from the 60s, a French comic book. That
Is there subtitles?
No, it's in English. Jean Besson is making the movie, and Fifth Element's Jean Besson.
Oh yes, Fifth Element. Blah, blah, blah.
And it looks fucking bananas. Go look at the trailer for that movie, and tell me if you don't fucking come in your pants.
I think you showed
5
to me,
times.
and I think
You
I
came
left.
in your pants.
I think I left my pants dry.
You didn't.
I'm just saying.
You just lied because your wife is listening.
Oh, you lying? Why you always
Oh
lying?
boy, singing is not for you, sir.
Yo, I was speaking to my wife. She told me yesterday that they're also rebooting another movie with a surprise duo where I'm kind of on the fence about.
What?
They're rebooting, I don't know if you heard of this, Sherlock Holmes. Did you hear
Why?
this? They're rebooting Sherlock Holmes, and you'll never guess the two people playing Sherlock and Watson.
Is it gonna be I don't know. Is it gonna be Harrison Ford?
No, it's comedy. It's going to be a comedy duo.
All right, so let me guess. It's gonna be Melissa McCarthy
No,
and
no, because I'm interested in it.
Oh, you're interested? So it's Tom Green, the Canadian stallion.
It's actually Tom Green and Tom Green. He's playing both parts.
No, who is it? Tell me.
Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Well, that's why I'm not gonna watch it.
You know what's the matter? You don't like Will Ferrell or John C. Reilly?
I
Or
love
both?
see Will Ferrell and Josie Riley, but they haven't made a good movie since 1997.
Yo, Step Brothers was amazing.
Yes, Step Brothers is the last good movie they fucking made.
Yo,
It's
Step
a total
Brothers-
shit before, until after.
What have they done since then? Together?
Oh, together. I don't know.
Yeah, see? So the last
What's the
movie they
one-
did
Wait, what's
was
the,
amazing.
what's the one where they race cars? Was that afterwards?
I don't remember.
But
That
I-
also was a very good
That
movie.
kind of Mega Nights was awesome, dude. I love that movie.
So that's two. 2 for 2.
Okay,
So I don't know where you...
all right, whatever. Anyways, yeah, man. I think
Two. Two.
Whatever. I think it might be interesting, depending on what they show me in the trailer. If the trailer looks like shit,
I didn't know there was a trailer yet. I just heard about this last night.
Yeah, they're probably in the writing stage right now.
But it's probably going to be awesome.
Or not.
Awesome.
I think we're good, man.
I think that does it for our 2016 season 1 podcast
Yeah,
of
son.
the Matt and Six.
What-
No!
Wait, hold on. The last show was the 2016, and this is the 2017 beginning, right?
Well, this is the last show of the 2016.
No, because we ended the last show in 2016. In this one, we recorded the
No,
last one.
it's like football. Like football starts in 2016, but the Super Bowl is not the 2017. But it's
Okay.
still the 2016 season.
Gotcha.
So even though we're ending,
Except we're not like football.
we're
And then
ending
you're wearing that stupid Lions hat.
into,
Fucking Lions. Stupid.
this is going to air after the game is. So I'll either be very excited about the Lions, very sad about the Lions.
You're from Long fucking island, like in the fucking.
But just to tell the future a bit, I'm so pumped the Lions beat Seattle on Saturday.
What they playing?
The game was amazing.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford
Yeah,
was
yeah.
on point.
Yeah, sure.
Marvin Jones, Golden
Anyways,
Tate,
moving on
my boy Double Z.
from the fucking stupid Lions. yeah, man.
I can't wait till we go into Dallas.
I can't wait until we do more podcasts because this has been a ton of fun.
It's been a ton of fun. We're revamping a bit.
Yeah.
We want to get more things going. I really think our next podcast will be Rogue One. I think that's a
I think
good way to start to season 2. Look out for that. Thank you for listening.
Yes, son.
If you want to vote who had the better top 10 list, put it in the comments.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for the comments that say that we suck balls.
You could. I'm waiting for any. I would love a comment that say we suck
Any
balls
comment.
because then someone actually listen to it.
Any comment, I'll take it.
You could just start writing Matt now. That's fine because we all know my top 10 was better. Thank you for
I
listening.
have fucking Amadeus on my top 10.
Oh, the Deux, and you had the Seventh Samurai.
That's right, son.
People are gonna be like, you lost me at Seventh Samurai.
You lost me because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
People, I told
Your number one movie is ridiculous.
I told this girl once, like, oh, I really love the Seven Samurai. And she was like, I don't watch Kung Fu flicks. And she looked at me and I was like, it's not a Kung Fu flick. It's about the...
It's with Tom Cruise.
It's about... No, that I was trying to tell her what I'm telling you. Like, it's about life and how things are. And she just gave me a look like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Put on the one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, right. Put Fast and the Furious. That's a movie, you piece of shit. You fucking dumbass.
Something happened to him.
Anyways.
Yo, Fast and the Furious. How does that get to 9 movies?
How does that get to 2 movies? Yeah. I don't understand. What is going on, dude?
Listen, when I worked at my old job, I worked with a bunch of guys, and they were all like, this is when Fast and Furious 5 came out. And they're like, oh, it's the best movie. You gotta watch it. So, like, one day it was on TV, and I was like, you know, fuck it. I'll check it out. I got nothing going on. I'll put on the damn movie. And it's god-awful. I still remember the end scene. They're trying to rob this safe, and there's something very valuable in the safe. And they couldn't open the safe, so they attach it to their truck, and they're going to drive it back to their hideout. And the police are chasing them because there's this giant safe, and it's like crashing into buildings and ripping up roads and everything. It destroys Brazil. The town of Brazil, I'm not sure what city they were in, but some
probably
city.
Sao Paulo.
Probably, but it destroys the entire city. And then the bad guys decide, listen, we're not going to get away with the safe. They cut their losses, they cut the safe, and they get away. And The Rock is the cop. And they're like, oh, at least we got the safe back. And they open the safe, and it's empty. They robbed the safe. And he just, like, has this grin, like, oh, those guys.
Oh, those criminals.
They got us again.
oh, they're so clever.
Like, they destroyed the entire city and spent millions of dollars. But they're like, oh, that's Vin Diesel.
You know, I mean, I would applaud them if it wasn't a cop. I mean, they're so fucking clever.
But,
Oh, Christ. I've seen everything I need to see about the Fast and the Furious is the trailer. And in watching the trailer, I vomit and shit my pants at the same time of how shitty it is. I think I'm good. And I'm sorry if Fast and the Furious is in your personal top 10. You fucking
then
suck.
stop listening to our damn podcast.
No. We need them. But your list sucks.
Your movie sucks. You probably don't even have a Tom Green movie in your top 10.
I don't have a Tom Green movie.
You probably don't even have a Tom Green.
Anyways,
Remember, that movie was the #1 snubbed Oscar movie ever.
that's not true.
It's true.
It's not true.
Look it up.
I did look it up. It's not true. The Absent movie. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for a wonderful end of the year. I love you, Matt. I'm glad that we get to do this.
I'm glad that my name goes first.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, man. See you next podcast.
See you next season. Rogue One, episode 1, right?
No, it's not episode. It's just
Well,
Rogue
it's a
One.
different
It's
one.
a Star
So
Wars
it's in
story.
episode 1.
It's a Star Wars story.
They're all Star Wars stories.
No, but this is called Rogue One, a Star Wars story. There's no episode on it.
But what's the other one called?
What's
A
the other
non-Star Wars story?
No, the other one's called episode whatever.
It seems a little redundant to be called Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
It's not called Star Wars Rogue One. It's called Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
It's not. It's okay. I mean, it's a little redundant.
Yeah,
I didn't want to drive in the point. It's a Star Wars movie.
It's episode 1 of Rogue One.
It's not this. Whatever.
Rogue episode 1.
Right. Well, but just news ahead. It's gonna be hugely spoiled. So go watch it before you. Everybody's seen this movie except you.
Watch it.
You're the only person on the planet that hasn't seen
I have not seen it, but apparently Darth Vader is in it.
Apparently,
And
it's in the trailer.
And if
in it.
and if you've seen any other Star Wars movie, that probably is ruined as well because this is the exact same story. That's what it means. I get it now. They're like a Star Wars story. You know the thing we just told you that happened? It's the same thing.
I'm only gonna wait until you see it. Until you
We have-
stop talking shit.
We have one script that we just do over and over again.
Actually, they have 3 scripts.
And as long as you people keep paying us, we'll keep writing the same thing.
Anyways, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Two friends in the movies.
We love you.
Sixto and Matt.
I love Sixto.
I love you, Matt.
I love this podcast.
I love this podcast.
And we'll see you 2017.
Ow!
Go Lions.
Boo.